Oh hi. Vancouver, the city on the western coast of Canada, the largest settlement of the province British Columbia and third largest in Canada. In 2010 in Vancouver the 21 Winter Olympic Games were held. The Economist Intelligence Unit (EVU) research group of the British edition The Economist 3 times, in 2005, 2007, 2009 gave to Vancouver the rank of the best city of Earth. The population of the city minus 631,486 people. For 2016. Big Vancouver lives in agglomeration over 2,463,431 people. For 2016. Is the third largest agglomeration in Canada. Vancouver is most ethnically and linguistically the various city of the country minus 52% of its inhabitants consider the native language not English. In Vancouver and its suburb Burnaby large film studios are located. The city together with agglomeration is one of the largest centers of film production in North America and has the nickname, Northern Hollywood. Archaeological research has established that indigenous people began to appear in the territory occupied today by Vancouver in an interval from 1800 to 10000 years ago. Here settlements of the tribes of Musqueam, Squamish were located, and Tsleil-Waututh. The Spanish seafarer José María Narváez became the first European exploring coast of the Gulf Berard on the place of future megalopolis in 1791. 1 year later the English captain George Vancouver, in honor of whom is later visited here, and the city was called. In 1858 a gold rush on the River Fraser led to flow here more than 25,000 gold prospectors. Therefore the city of New Westminster, entering nowadays agglomeration Big Vancouver, was founded. Pakistan. The settlement, which later received the name Vancouver, began to be formed around the sawmill opened in 1867 by the English seaman Edward Stamp. It was located on the northern end of present Dunleavy Avenue Street, and after change of owners became history under the name of Hastings Mill. In 1870 the colonial government renamed Gaston into Granville. In 1884 the issue of the place of a terminal point of the Canadian Pacific Railroad was resolved. Larger acted as competitors of Granville at the time New Westminster, Victoria and Port Moody. Presence at Granville of the comfortable harbour with a possibility of calling of sea vessels predetermined the choice in his advantage. In 1886 Granville was renamed into Vancouver and received the status of the city. A year later construction of the railroad ended, and trains started going to Vancouver. That was an incitement to rapid development of the city. In 1886 his population made 1,000 people, in 1891, 14000, to 1901, 26000, and in 1911 card inhabitants already lived in the city. Big Vancouver, so still called the city with his almost unlimited municipalities, it is located in the mouth of the River Fraser on both coasts of the long Gulf Berard. A set of majestic modern bridges connect various parts of the city through the Gulf and the river to her sleeves. The business part of the city is reported with northern districts the well-known Lions Gate Bridge. Length of 516 m.
And though at entrance on the bridge there are two lion sculptures, he is called in honor of two amazing and unique peaks of the Lions Mountain, reminding the heads of sea lions and dominating over a northern part of Vancouver and All Valley.
From all directions, Vancouver is surrounded with the mountain tops covered with long, bold coniferous forests. The coastal ridge from the north and the east. 3285 m. Mount Baker from the south behind the American border. The ridge of the island Vancouver. It is visible over a passage azure in good weather.
Many tops are all the year round dressed in the snow-white snow caps, which are elegantly contrasting with dazzling blueness of the sky.
The most known city park, Stanley's Park, was put on the speaker to the Gulf the Peninsula in 1886, the first year of existence of the city, when around the dense primitive woods rose. Now Stanley's Park and his seawall embankment, the favorite vacation spot of citizens and tourists. Here, Babe Oceanarium with the trained dolphins. Pools with collections of fishes and amphibia. Meeting of the bright Indian totems placed under the open sky.
Also popular vacation spots are the Park of the Queen Elizabeth and the Botanical Garden Wangasenga located near it.
Ecosystem.
Flora near Vancouver was originally presented by moderately damp woods consisting of coniferous breeds and the scattered areas of growth of a maple and alder, and also large boggy territories.
Coniferous breeds were especially widespread in coastal areas of British Columbia and represented mix from Sevdotsuji, two-folded and hemlocks alternate-leaved. The coast of British Columbia is considered the area of growth of the largest of these species of trees. Only near the Gulf Elliot, Seattle, the size of these trees competes with the types growing in areas of the Gulfs Broward and English. Provinces: British Columbia. Many plants and trees growing across all Vancouver were delivered from different parts of the continent and even from East Asia through the Pacific Ocean. Different types of palm trees and a large number of other exotic plants, such as Araucaria Chilean, the Japanese maple, a magnolia, an azalea and a rhododendron grow in the city. Some rhododendrons grow to the huge sizes, as well as other types brought from areas with more severe climate.
Along many streets, various grades of an oriental cherry presented to the city by the government of Japan in the 1930th years grow.
Climate of Vancouver: moderate, warm. Osakov drops out much, except summer months. Winter soft and rainy. Summer months, as a rule, rather dry and warm, and in July-August a moderate drought is observed. The rest of the time of year, on the contrary, is rich with rainfall, especially the period from October to March.
The average annual volume of rainfall, according to the Airport of Vancouver in Richmond, is 1199, though actually their level significantly depends on features of a relief of the concrete area.
In the business sector, level is much higher. In the winter, the main part of days, according to the Airport of Vancouver, is marked by considerable rainfall. Summer months, drier and solar, with a moderate temperature, thanks to a warm sea breeze. In July and August the maximum daytime temperature averages 22 C, reaching sometimes 30 C. The highest registered temperature -34.4 C.
on July 30, 2009.
Snow drops out on average 11 days in a year, 3 days of them more than 60. We in Big Vancouver. Greater Vancouver are in the 4th place on softness among all Canada, after nearby Victoria, Nanaimo and Duncan. All of them are located on the island Vancouver.
The lower level of temperature in Vancouver falls below 0 C on average 46 days in a year and below
10 C, 2 days in a year. On average 4.5 days in a year temperature remain below 0 Celsius and in the afternoon. Is a part of few Indigenous people of Vancouver English Canadians prevail. At the same time, the soft warm climate, a combination of mountain and seaside landscapes, transport service, comfortable conditions of accommodation attract the increasing flow of immigrants, first of all from Southeast Asia here. In the city there are Chinese quarters, considerable on the area. And the new luxurious residential area which arose in the north, already in mountains, is built up with the most part in the Japanese and Chinese style, as here many rich natives of Hong Kong located. Economy. Vancouver is one of the largest industrial centers of the country.
Port of the city, the largest in Canada and the most diversified, with a trade turnover more than 75 billion Canadian dollars a year.
His activity adds 10.5 billion US dollars to DDD and 22 billion US dollars in the form of economic results. In Vancouver, the headquarters of Lesajagatavivushi and mining companies is located.
In recent years, the city becomes more and more important center for development of the software, biotechnologies and also dynamically developing film industry.
The picturesque location of the city does it by one of the main places for tourism. Tourists visit City Gardens, Stanley Park, the Park of the Queen Elizabeth, the Botanical Garden Wangdusenga, and also the mountains, the ocean, forests and other parks surrounding the city. Every year more than 1 million people pass through Vancouver on the cruise vessels which are often going on Alaska.
Vancouver possesses the developed system of land transport which includes
buses, trolleybuses, suburban passenger railway line, West Coastal Express, elevated light subway, passenger ferry. However, Vancouver nevertheless lags behind other Canadian cities on the level of development of public transport. The most part of city and suburban land transport is served by the state company, TransLink. The Seabus passenger ferry connects the downtown with his North Vancouver, crossing the Gulf Barrett approximately in 15 minutes. The route is served by 2 vessels containing everyone on 400 people and constructed in 1976.
Vancouver is also served by the train SkyTrain, the longest in the world completely automated transport system of the light high-speed subway.
The Vancouver International Airport
is located on the island in the delta of the River Fraser, approximately in 15 kilometers to the south from the downtown.
A set of airlines provide daily flights from Vancouver to other cities of Canada and also the international flights to the USA, Europe, Asia and Oceania. Sport. Harbour Centre, Canadian Soccer, British Columbia Lions,
Seattle
Soccer, Vancouver U8 Caps, Mills, Hockey. Vancouver Canucks. Nonal. Vancouver Giants. Wool. In February. With 12 on 28 number. 2010 in Vancouver played the Winter Olympic Games, and in March. Since March 12 on 21 numbers. The Winter Paralympic Games. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.